I was making $70,000 a year. I knew I wasn't at the position where I knew I could be. So that's when I contacted you and I wanted growth. So now I just got an offer for double my salary working with a crazy company. So I'm very happy.
Hey, Willie, thanks for joining me today. It's been amazing to see your growth over the past few months. And I know when we started, I told you were going to be able to go crazy. I told you I'd be able to help you and completely change your life really quickly. And you've been a part of my Inner Circle program for a few months now. So, where were you career wise when you first started working with me in my Inner Circle program? And where are you at right now?
Just started, I was working for a small company. I was making $70,000 a year. I knew I wasn't at the position where I knew I could be. So that's when I contacted you and I wanted growth. And that's exactly what I got. So now I just got an offer for double my salary working with a crazy company. So I'm very happy.
Yes, yes, nice, nice. Look, I'm so proud of you. I'm glad you were able to double your salary. So you were at 70,000 at first, and now you're at $140,000, and it's only been what? It hasn't
I
even
think a
been.
month and a half. Month and a half. No, it's crazy.
I try to
Exactly what
tell
we
people
talked
I'm
about.
really good at this.
No, insane.
Yeah,
It's great.
yes. What job title did you have before when you were at the 70,000 with your old company? And then, what job title did you get offered now?
Weirdly enough, I like to say I'm a network engineer, but at my job, we're all considered technicians. Nobody has a freaking job title. But obviously, network engineer is my path. So, my new job, I'm a hardware lab engineer. So, I'm fulfilling that network engineering role and, working with hardware. And it's definitely more in my realm. And I'm very happy.
Nice, nice. Like I said, I'm happy for you. So you got that engineer title, out of the technician. And I tell people that all the time, right? So when companies give you technician titles or specialist titles or, even analyst titles, they're not going to pay you, what you really should be making. And now you got the engineer title and you doubled your salary just like that in less than 2 months.
Less than 2 months. It's crazy. You can't make it up. You can't make this up. You can't make this up.
Nice, nice. So, like I said, super, super excited to see that for sure. So, what were you doing before as a technician, and what do you think really helped you double your salary in just a month and a half from what I helped you with? So, I did your resumes, told you exactly where to apply at and where to look at jobs at, where the real opportunities were based off of your skills and background. So, what do you feel like really helped you the most over this past month and a half?
The resume help was amazing. I've never really done a resume before. I joined my job fresh out the military and they hired me because I just talk good, I guess. I never really had an official resume. The biggest thing that helped me, well, the two biggest things, the resume, connecting with great people in the group, as well as the coaches you guys have. I've never done an interview before. So having that interview help and having that interview prep made me so much more confident. I went into the interview feeling great and I crushed both interviews. I did great on both interviews. Yeah, so it's been a great time. And having that, you telling me the ins and outs and having years of experience in it helped me push past that knowledge boundary. So it's been good.
Yeah, yeah, because I told you you'd be able to double your salary. And you're like, I'm not really too sure, right? And that's like one of the main things. I always want to help people with their confidence when it comes to working in tech, right? Because again, it's hard to see yourself making double, especially within 90 days, right? I mean, it wasn't even
Hmm.
2 months, right? It's hard to see
No.
yourself making that type of money when you're working your current role and they're telling you, hey, you're a technician, we're paying you this much, right? But really, your skills and your expertise, it goes really far too. Also, you're extremely skilled as well. So, what type of certifications do you have too?
So starting this program, I got my Security Plus, and I got that fairly quickly. And then I knew that, obviously I'm a networking path. So I got my CCNA, and now I'm on the path to getting my CCNP and then CCIE soon.
Yeah, so you want to go for the CCIE certification.
Yeah, only because I want true mastery in my skill. I do want to dive out to cloud and automation as well. But yeah, I want to get the CCIE. Maybe not immediate, but I do want to get it.
Yeah, so definitely want you to have as much mastery as possible because again, that'll help you maximize your salary and it'll also help you be at the top of your game within
Hmm.
your field as a network engineer as well. And so I know you said you found like the mock interviews really helpful and the coaches really helpful. So can you talk a little bit about how that process was working with me and the other coaches as well?
Of course, yeah. Easy scheduling, easy communication. You guys were truly there trying to help me be my best self. And you can tell and you can feel it. And it's not just like anybody helping you, it's years and years of experience helping you. So it's like it over prepares you for what's there to expect. So it was a great interaction. Very, very helpful. I mean, I can't put it into words how helpful it was.
Yeah, yeah. Even after the interview, right? You were a little nervous, and I was telling you like, hey, it's okay. You know, you don't have to be 100% on every question, but you don't have to know every single question, but you still did great, and you still got the offer, right? Again, the interview prep was extremely helpful for you. And so I know we've talked about your career transformation, but what do you feel like, in your opinion, was your biggest career transformation that the program helped you achieve? And I know it's only been a month and a half, but you still got
Yeah.
12 more months with us.
So honestly, I feel like obviously I had this in me the whole time, but it's joining the program, being around like-minded people, and it keeps you accountable and it keeps you wanting to progress and move forward at a faster rate. So I would say that is the biggest thing. Even in a month and a half, being around, the people in the chat, the coaches, keeps you accountable and you want to move forward. You don't want to sit around with the people, with the coaches and the accountability coaches and, my peers in the chat because everybody's accelerating.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the main thing, right? Like I said, we're all about excellence and having that community that is like-minded, has the same goals, and everybody is literally trying to just excel in their career, right? And so, when you don't have that around you, it's hard to know, hey, I can actually do this. I can work these different roles. I
That's what
can
I'm saying.
ask for these type of salaries. I can move up quick in my career, right? Because I know, especially a lot of veterans, I know a lot of veterans are like, hey, I got to wait my time. I got to wait until I get promoted. I got to, work this job for some years before I try to apply anywhere else. And the biggest thing that I see with veterans is that I see a lot of veterans, they get lowballed. That's one of my big things is like, I hate seeing veterans get lowballed because you all do have great experience. You have a lot of knowledge. And then even some veterans that don't even have tech experience and then come out and get certifications, and you're able to just apply the discipline and like the grit that you have towards the tech roles that you want to be in. So that's my main thing, is making sure that veterans don't get lowballed.
Yeah, that was something that I was kind of blown away by when we first started talking. You were like, we're going in to these interviews or talking to these recruiters, we're asking for 130 to 150. I'm like, whoa, this is nuts. I'm scared to ask for $3 more in my raise. I'm like, all right, I trust you. And that's what I did. They didn't look at me crazy. I was like, wow, all it took was just taking that initiative. And that was great. I'm like,
Yep,
wow.
yep,
It was
exactly. Exactly, right. I told you, look, ask for 130 to 150. That's what we're asking
hmm
for, right? And so when you go into the interviews and you tell the recruiters your expectations up front, you don't waste their time and they don't waste your time, right? With you doing that, you landed at 140, right? So that's why I always say get that range, and then they usually come in somewhere around the middle. So,
hmm
that was great progress that you made, like great progression really quickly. Of course, you've had a lot of success in the program starting out, and I'm sure we're going to be probably circling back around 8 months from now,
10x
9 months
in it.
from now. Yeah, yeah,
10x in
yeah,
it.
we going for the bigger salaries for sure. But what initially made you want to sign up for my program?
I saw you everywhere. I saw you for years. Even being in the military, I was like, this tech stuff looks interesting. And I wanted to do it. So that's why I started my degree path in cybersecurity, because I knew I wanted to do tech. I should know where to start. And even getting out, got lucky enough to land a network engineer, or not really, but I was doing network engineering. But I was like, I don't know what to do. I was off and on with certs for about 6 months saying I'm going to get them, but I never really did it. I always put the book down. And then as soon as I got off the phone with one of your coaches, they said, you have, I think it was 60 or 90 days to get Security Plus, and then we're going to start. I'm like, I got you. I went crazy with Security Plus. I got that in a week, and that boosted my confidence for all certifications. So I got my CCNA in 5 weeks, and people take months to get that certification. I got my CCNA. It boosted me even more for my CCNP. So now I'm going to get my CCNP in 3 months. It's just that confidence can change you into a completely different person.
Yeah, yeah, and it's
Yeah.
the momentum, right? So the momentum is
Yeah.
building. You're like, look, I got my Security Plus, I got my CCNA, got my CCNP, or you're about to get your CCNP,
hmm
and you already got an offer to double your salary, right? So the momentum it's continuing to build. What were you doing in the military before?
I was a military police, so nothing even at all close to IT. I wanted to be a
So you
cop,
weren't
but
even doing anything IT related in the military. You were a police
police
officer.
officer, nothing IT related at all.
And how long you been out of the military for?
About a year. Yeah, a year.
Yeah, life been so good, you can't even remember your ETS date.
Yeah, it's been a
You're
year.
like,
It's
oh,
been
I
a
don't
year.
even know.
Oh no, life been great. Yeah, it's been a year. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. So
Dang, that's
within a
crazy.
year, you went from being a police officer in the military. How much are you making in the military?
I was making 2,000 biweekly, so 4,000 a month.
Bi-weekly. Okay.
Yeah.
So you went from being a police officer in the military making $52,000 a year to getting out and getting a technician role paying 70,000 to now you're making $140,000. So it's been just what, 13 months since you've been out of the military, something like that?
Yes. The craziest part about that, I didn't start pushing for this until I got with you. Just think about like that. I get into my head. I'm like, imagine 6 to 12 months of really grinding. Like, where could I be? It's nuts.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
That's the
insane.
that's the whole thing. I tell everybody, I know it sounds cheesy. The mindset is a lot. Like the mindset is everything, right? You come in here, we lock in, we get to work, we go as hard as we can, making sure we're learning as much as possible, progressing in your career, getting
Yes.
certification, improving your skills, overall just improving how you are as a technical professional so you can reach those goals that you want to reach. And I'm confident that you're going to do great on the job because we also have a 90-day success plan for when you start. So, you'll be able to follow the 90-day success plan that we create for you, and you'll do amazing once you get started in this new lab engineer role.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Yeah, yeah. And so, would you recommend my Inner Circle program to other people?
I couldn't recommend it enough. Everybody that has any interest in tech should hop on it. It's insane. It's the best thing I've ever done. I
Best thing
wouldn't
you
change
ever
anything.
done.
Yeah, best thing I've
Yeah.
ever done by far.
Easily,
By far.
easily,
Yeah.
easily. I mean, you more than 10x your investment. So,
No, for real.
in a month and a half.
No, it's crazy.
So, I mean, you can do amazing things when you invest in yourself and you're investing in your career. You're surrounded by people that have the experience, that have the knowledge, know how to navigate, and know what type of salaries you should be getting for your skill set and for your drive and your passion that you have.
Yeah, and also just having those resources. Cause like when I was, on my last day at Security Plus and I texted you and you sent me those PPQ practice, oh my gosh, it was insane. Like I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna pass this with the PPQs. You were able to send that information. It's just having that information so quick, readily available. Within like 10 minutes, I got it. It's like whatever you need, there's somebody that can answer your question. That's a great thing to have.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we're here for you. You know me, I'm always up, always here for you. So yeah, like I said, you were worried about those PBQs, and you definitely were able to just knock them out, right? You knocked it
Yeah.
out the park to the point where
Mm-hmm.
you went straight into the CCNA. But like I said, I mean, it's just a true testament of your character, your work ethic, and just where you're going to be at in your tech career, right? So I can see you'll be in the $200,000 range pretty quickly, right? So I could tell you're probably going to end up being just like Ace, right? So come in and just go crazy immediately.
That's my goal by the end of the year. Whatever it is, I'm doing it. I'm set. I'm set. Set.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. Well, like I said, I love to see all your success, Willie. I love to see everything that you've done just over the past month and a half. And then I can't wait to continue to support you for the next 12 months as well. So thank you so much for coming out. I appreciate everything that you told me today and share with me about just your testimony. And like I said, I can't wait to help you get to the next level and see where we're at on our next call. So thanks for coming out, Willie.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.